Meet Whiskers, the tiniest explorer on a mission to find the biggest hug in the world. You see, Whiskers woke up one sunny morning with a huge, adventurous idea. He decided it was time to find his real family, specifically his mother, who he imagined had the softest, warmest fur in the entire universe. Armed with nothing but his boundless curiosity and a little blue collar that jingled with every step, our tiny hero set off into the great big world. Every rustling leaf and chirping bird felt like a grand invitation to adventure. Our little adventurer's strategy was delightfully simple. If it has fur, it must be Mom. His first suspect was a delightfully plump, snow-white bunny munching on a carrot in a vibrant flower garden. Whiskers confidently strutted over, purring like a tiny motorboat, and went straight in for a massive hug. The poor bunny, completely taken by surprise, froze mid-bite, wondering why this tiny orange creature was clinging to its leg. Realizing the ears were far too long and bouncy, Whiskers politely let go, realizing his silly mistake. The search had to continue. Undeterred by the bunny incident, Whiskers looked up and spotted a magnificent bundle of fluffy feathers perched high in an old oak tree. Scaling the bark with his tiny claws, he proudly presented himself to a rather grumpy, sleepy owl. He tilted his head as if asking, "Are you my mom?" with his big, hopeful emerald eyes. The owl, who was just trying to enjoy a peaceful morning nap, simply adjusted his little reading glasses and glared at the audacious kitten. With a stern hoot and a shake of his feathery head, the owl made it abundantly clear that he was nobody's mother, let alone a cat's. Next on the list of fuzzy suspects was a giant, lumbering golden retriever who was busy chasing his own tail in a sunny backyard. To Whiskers, this mountain of golden fur was the ultimate jackpot. He fearlessly trotted up and nuzzled right against the dog's giant, wet nose. The clumsy dog, thrilled to have a new tiny friend, let out a booming, joyful bark that sent Whiskers doing a spectacular, fluffy backflip into the grass. While this giant creature was certainly friendly and incredibly fluffy, he was entirely too bouncy and loud to be the cozy, gentle mother Whiskers was looking for. Whiskers then stumbled into a rolling green meadow, and his tiny jaw dropped. Before him was a vast sea of walking, baaing clouds. Surely, in this massive flock of incredibly fluffy sheep, he would finally find his family. He dove head first into the woolly crowd, completely disappearing beneath the thick, soft coats of the grazing animals. It was like navigating through a cozy, moving maze. But every time he excitedly popped his head up to check a face, he was met with a blank stare and a loud, rhythmic chewing noise. It was wonderfully soft, yes, but definitely not home. As the afternoon sun began to dip below the horizon, the vibrant world turned into a shadowy, quiet forest. For the very first time all day, our brave little explorer felt a tiny pang of sadness. His little paws were getting tired, and his jingling bell sounded a bit less cheerful. The shadows of the tall trees stretched out like long, sleeping giants. Suddenly, a massive, furry silhouette appeared just ahead in the magical blue moonlight. Could it be another grumpy bird, or perhaps a scary monster? Whiskers took a deep breath, puffed out his little chest, and tiptoed forward into the unknown. To his absolute surprise, the giant shadow belonged to a big, gentle brown bear. Now, Whiskers knew by now that not everything with fur was his mom, so he wisely didn't jump for a hug this time. Instead, he let out a soft, sad little meow. The wise mother bear, understanding the kitten's plight with just one look at his droopy whiskers, smiled a warm, comforting smile. She gently nudged him with her massive paw, pointing her nose toward a glowing golden light at the edge of the woods. She couldn't be his mom, but she knew exactly where this little explorer needed to go. Following the bear's direction, Whiskers scampered toward the light, which turned out to be a cozy wooden porch illuminated by a warm, welcoming lantern. And there, sitting patiently by a fresh bowl of milk, was a beautiful, fully grown orange tabby cat with the exact same emerald green eyes. Whiskers didn't hesitate for a single second. He leaped through the air, his tiny bell ringing purely with sheer joy, and landed right into her open paws. Finally, he got exactly what he had been searching for all day. It was the warmest, softest, and undoubtedly the biggest hug in the entire world. The Great Furry Quest was over. Whiskers was finally home.